Hello folks, I'm William G. Alston. I'm a retired professor of exercise science, and I've written a book entitled 4 Keys to the Natural Anabolic State, Volume 1, but we'll have a sequel. This book's a result of more than 2 years of intensive scientific research, folks. This book was traditionally published with a publisher that is famous for its scientific nonfiction and specializes in that. But I have republished it in order to make it accessible to everyone. I think this book is gonna improve lives and make a huge difference, and I want everyone to have access to it. In the past few days, I've received messages from veteran coaches in 3 different sports, and all of them asked the same question, basically. So I'll answer it for all of them right here. The question they said, Dr. Alston, how can you say your book is a must-read for coaches? Can your book teach me more about my sport? And my response to all 3 was the same. Coach, my book does not attempt to teach you more about your sport. My book will teach you how to win more games in any sport. And folks, that's what it's all about. And as I said, this is cutting edge science. This is not intuition. This is not somebody trying to be a Sunday quarterback. This book is science. This book will teach you the thought that alters blood chemistry and improves performance on the GREs. And that study has been replicated dozens and dozens of times, and it is irrefutable. The same thought has been shown to have the same effect in multiple sports. Would you like to know that thought? I think it'd be good to know. And folks, this stuff, the whole book is like that. I mean, it discloses things that have been out there. The studies have been done. Nobody put connected the dots before. And this book is going to be a revelation. You'll be amazed, and any coach or athlete or student will benefit tremendously from this book. This book will teach you the words that signal threat to any autonomic brain. And when I say that, certain thoughts that you have, certain things you say to yourself, or certain things a coach or anyone else says to a team will signal threat. They actually incite threat sensors in the autonomic brain, and which will impair performance in any mental or physical task. And there are specific thoughts and words that just must not be spoken when you're getting ready to do anything challenging, especially a sport or taking a test. This book will teach you the words that will signal exciting challenge to the autonomic brain, and that will boost mentality and boost physical performance. This is amazing. The stuff I found in this book blew my mind, and it's changed my whole life. And I had taught it for 40 years, but putting all this together for this book has changed my life, and I've learned things that I never knew in all that time that I was teaching it. This book explains why huge upsets occur most often in high-pressure events such as March Madness. And you've seen it happen, now you'll know why it happened. This book will teach you what to say and do when you desperately need a last-second comeback, and what you must not say and do. It explains why the player who's most focused on avoiding an error is the one most likely to make an error. And you will fully understand it when you read it. It explains how to tell when one of your players' blood chemistry is turning catabolic, and there's signs and symptoms, and it tells you what to do, how to reverse it. And you must reverse it because it's chemical, and it will ruin his game during that particular time. It explains why playing to avoid losing will cause you to lose. It tells what causes the batters rally in baseball. If you're a baseball fan, you're familiar with the batters rally, where a team is dragging all game long, and then all of a sudden somebody gets a big hit, everything goes wild, and the runs start ringing up like a slot machine. And you know, it's amazing how these things work. And when you see the explanation, you'll say, oh God, yeah, I felt that. I've felt that before. I know, because it is chemical and you can feel it, folks. You can feel it when it's happening to you, and your performance just goes out the roof. As you read this book, you will realize that it is self-evident truth. If you're an athlete especially, you've been through these situations, and it will blow your mind how it explains what you have done and what you have felt and why you did and felt that way. This book lists the thoughts, actions, and character traits that make your blood chemistry more anabolic and help you to be stronger, sharper, quicker, more capable, and healthier for a lifetime, and which thoughts, actions, and traits have the opposite effect. This book will guide you to a healthier blood chemistry, a better life, and it's a very fun read. And this is what will surprise you, because it is so scientific, and yet I wanted it to be accessible to everyone. I wanted it to be understandable for everyone, and I wrote it with that in mind. And it is loaded with true stories, personal accounts, and surprising analogies. And people love it. You will love it. You will enjoy it. But I want you to keep your brain turned on while you're reading it and think about exactly the mindsets that we're talking about in here. Did you know that Christian faith, gratitude, honesty, humility, self-discipline, goal setting, and assertiveness, all of those traits help to make your blood chemistry healthier and more anabolic? Now, this is not the type of anabolic empowerment that we're talking about with the immediate empowerment. These are long-term character traits that help you to maintain a more anabolic blood chemistry and to stay healthy throughout life. So these things, what we do in the first 3 chapters is talk about immediate anabolic empowerment and how to perform at sports at your peak rate and everything like that. And then the last 3 chapters is talking about lifetime health and fitness and performance. But if you're a parent, folks, you're going to want your children to read this Christian book that can guide them to greater faith while guiding them to greater success in sports and in school. This book discloses huge errors in current studies on stress and anxiety. It introduces 2 new scientific concepts, and it challenges the academic and scientific communities to respond. Bottom line, I am challenging scientists, professors, graduate students, and anyone else to read this book, test it, and refute it if you can. I assure you that you cannot. But I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. I'm just meaning that the science is solid, the data is there, the citations are there, and you will find that you will replicate it. You will not refute it. But it'll be a great project for any scientist, any professor, and grad students. This would be a great dissertation topic. You will enjoy doing it, and it's a wonderful topic for a dissertation. Okay, folks, here's the deal. Coaches, have all your players and coaches download a free Kindle app, and then have each one of them to purchase the Kindle version of the book on their personal phone. Now, it's normally $9.99. It may be on sale. Amazon puts it on sale at times, and I hope you can find one of those. It could be as low as $1.99 on those special sales. But I don't really know how to access them myself, so Amazon kind of schedules those. But if you can find that, that will make it a lot easier financially. Remember, it's 4 Keys to the Natural Anabolic State, Volume 1. Now, this is what you need to do. Get this book in the hands of every player, every coach, every athletic trainer, everybody associated with the team. Everybody reads it and discusses it during the postseason or preseason. Anytime, when you're not in season, get the book digested before you start your season. And then brush up on the key points that are found on page 42 before each game. And then you'll just be blown away by what happens, and your results are going to be fantastic. And then I want you to be in contact with me. Let me know, and I'll send out stuff so that you can do this. Let me know what happened to you and your team as you read the book and as you went through your season with that kind of ammunition and knowledge. And let me know what happened. You can ask questions about anything relating to Volume 1, and I'll answer them in Volume 2. Volume 2 will be out in about 8 to 12 months. It's going to be a fun book too. A lot of fun. 2 predictions. Coaches, if you do this, your team will dominate your conference. Prediction 2. By the time you finish chapter 3, you will wish you'd read this book sooner. Everyone who's read it, bar none, has said to me, I wish I had read it sooner. And when I was gathering this data and I found all this stuff, as I was finishing writing chapter 3, I said to myself, now I played 3 sports, and I know I would have been better. I said to myself then, dear Lord, I wish I'd had this stuff when I was a young athlete and student. It would have changed my life in a positive way. And this book will change your life in a positive way. Promise. Okay, folks, thanks for listening. Bye.